morning, everyone. Good morning. We are GROUP2. We are presenting a report about electronic data processing.
I got key. Oh, nice one.
My name is John Tampo.
My name is James Recozon. I am Mauro Giancarlo. I am
Aribi.
I am General.
Ate, ay, hindi ko.
The objective is to discuss the electronic data processing. Second is identify the components of
Oo, kanaging andaan ay.
as well as advantages and disadvantages of
Ay,
electronic
go ang
data
Juan. No, go ang volume.
Or electronic data processing.
Ina ay.
ADP refers to gather the data using electronic device such as computer, device, server, or calculators. Components of computers.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Puzon. I'm gonna talk about components of computer. I'm gonna talk about 4 essential components of computer. A motherboard. Motherboard is one of the most essential parts of a computer system. It holds together many of the crucial components of a computer, including the central processing unit for CPU, memory, and connectors for input and output devices. The base of a motherboard consists of a very firm sheet of non-conductive material, typically some sort of rigid plastic. Thin layers of copper or aluminum foil, referred to as traces, are printed into this sheet. These traces are very narrow and form the circuits between the various components. The second major component is central processing unit, or CPU, resides in almost all devices on your own, whether it's a smartwatch, a computer, or a thermostat. They are responsible for processing and executing instructions and act as the brains of devices. 3. Graphic processing unit. A graphic processing unit, or GPU, is a computer chip that renders graphic and images by performing rapid mathematical calculations. GPUs are used for both professional and personal computing. Traditionally, GPUs are responsible for the rendering of 2D and 3D images, animation, and video, even though now they have a wider use range. Components. Output devices. An output device is a piece of computer hardware that receives data from a computer and then translate that data into another form. That form may be audio, visualized, textual, or hard copy, such as a printed document. Example, using a microphone to record a podcast is an example of using an output device. Listening to the record podcast through a connected speaker is an example of using an output devices. Both output and input devices are example of an auxiliary or peripheral devices. Hard drive. Hard disk drive, sometimes abbreviated as a hard drive, HD or HDD, is a non-volatile data storage device. It is usually installed internally in a computer, attached directly to the disk controller of the computer's motherboard. It contains one or more platters housed inside of an air-sealed casing. Data is written into the platters using a magnetic head, which moves rapidly over them as they spin. Input device. An input device is any hardware device that sends data to a computer, allowing you to interact with and control it. The picture shows a Logitech track. Example: keyboard, mouse, and monitor. Now then, I'm gonna explain the uses of mouse, keyboard, and monitor. Mouse, handheld point device that detects two-dimensional motion related to a surface. Keyboard. A keyboard is for putting information, including letters, words, and numbers, into your computer. Monitor. Monitor is an output device that displays information in pictorial or textual form. A discrete monitor comprises a visual display, support electronics, power supply, housing, electrical connectors, and external user control. Power supply. Power supply is an electrical device that supplies electric power to an electric load. The main purpose of a power supply is to convert electric current from a source to the correct voltage, current, and frequency to the power load. Graphics card. Graphics card is a computer expansion card that generates a feed graphic output to a display device such as a monitor. Computer case, also known as a computer chassis, is the enclosure that contains most of the hardware of a personal computer. The components housed inside the case are referred as the internal hardware, while hardware outside the case are known as peripherals. Control unit. The control unit is a component of a computer's central processing unit that directs the operation of the processors, and CU typically uses a binary decoder to convert coded instructions into timing and control signals that direct the operation of the other units. That's some of the components. Thank you.
In modern computers, programmable to carry out many different tasks, applications, or stored in them. John von Neumann introduced storage program concept. It is an idea that instruction and data are together in memory in binary form. The program is then fetched from memory and instruction at the time and is included. This concept was developed by John von Neumann. The basic operation of computers is called the execute cycle. The CPU is designed to understand a set instruction set. It fetches the instructions from the main memory and execute them. This is done repeatedly from when the computer is booted up to when it is shut down. The CPU fetches the instruction one at a time from the main memory to the register. One register is the program counter. The PC codes the memory address of the next instruction to be fetched from main memory. The CPU decodes the instruction and CPU executes the instruction. It repeats until there are more instructions. There are three basic units in this concept: the central processing unit, the main memory unit, and the I/O device. The CPU is the principal part of any digital computer system, generally composed of memory, control unit, and arithmetic logic unit. It constitutes the physical heart of the entire computer system. To its link various peripheral equipment, including output and input devices, regularity storage units. In modern computers, the CPU is contained in an integrated circuit, which is for purposes. The main memory is the fundamental storage unit in a computer system. It is associatively large and quick memory and saves programs and information in computer operations. The technology that makes the main memory work is based on semiconductor integrated circuit. The RAM is the main memory of the computer. Its objective is to store data and applications that are currently in use. The operating system controls the usage of this memory. It gives instructions like when the items are to be loaded into RAM, where they are to be located in the RAM, and when they need to be programmed. And the last one is the input and output devices. The program or data is read into main memory from the input device or secondary storage under the control CPU input instruction. Output devices are used to output information from computer. If some results are evaluated with the computer and it's stored in the computer, then it will output devices become presented to the user.
Idea of electronic data processing. In the 1950s, the data processing was first used in the 1950s. although data processing functions have been done manually with the ATM. However, in 1834, Charles Babbage designed a parallel to a modern computer, the mechanical analytical engine. The product did not quite succeed due to the slowness of the mechanical parts. However, this concept designs its storage, processors, and output form the basis of modern computer design and manual data processing. Continued for a long time, 1850 to 1880, U.S. Census data had manual processing using tally. With the increase in data, they introduced a much card-based system. And with the invention of the first modern day computers, Wartman, ENIAC, and Philips, electronic data processing received a huge boost. And in modern data processing, this started with the invention of DBMS in the 1960s and relational DBMS in the 1980s. SQL was invented in the 1974 that completely changed data analysis for the better. Excel became synonymous with any kind of data analysis. And the data warehouse system became popular in the 1980s and was used to ingest data from disparate sources and allowed to pass analytical analysis, schemas, transactions, etc. And history of data process. The first is manual data processing. This is where the use of human hands and for processing data. For example, doing calculation without using any machine, just your brain. The second is mechanical data processing. This is the use of mechanical device to process data. For example, a teacher using calculator to calculate a student result. And three, electromechanical data processing. This is the use of electronic devices to process data. These devices make use of electricity but are not computers. For example, using counter register machine in supermarket, or in other words, your receipt. And for electronic data processing, this is mainly the use of computers for data processing. For example, a teacher using Microsoft Excel to process students' results is a type of data processing. And the stage of data processing, the first stage is data gathering. Data gathering is the collection of raw material. The first step of data processing is cycle, and the second is preparation stage. It is the process of cleaning and transforming raw data prior to speed analysis. At the input stage, the raw data is converted into machine readable form of the processing units. Processing stage is the step. The role is subjected to various data processing methods using machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms to generate a desirable output. At storage stage, the data is finally transmitted and displayed to the user in a readable form like graphs, tables, vectors, files, videos, pictures, and documents. And output stage, the last step of the data processing cycle is storage, where data and data are stored for further use.
Advantage and disadvantage. First, EDP access to database context varies weekly. Its speed depends on the network or device. Accuracy. EDP gathers accurate information. Accuracy depends on EDP tools. The storage capacity. It provides a less expensive. The EDP tools are very easily available and also take maintenance. The storage capacity is provide various storage media like secondary and primary memory. Last is automation. Automation EDP system avoid human work and during the processes. The disadvantage: training, electricity consumptions, equipment cost, maintenance cost. The training tools need extra cost. By training, EDP tools sometimes specify the different procedure for each tools. The electricity consumptions is completely depends on electricity. Based EDP equipment runs with the help electric